Hi, we've got a lot of great information to talk about today. Lynx Incorporated here in St. Louis, Missouri, who are doing some wonderful things. And we'll be talking about the great things Mokan is doing in developing the workforce. Hi, I'm Robin Boyce, and welcome to City Corner. Today we've got a lot of great information, and we hope you stick around because we're going to be talking about first, in this first segment, a historical organization that's been around for 72 years. And here in the St. Louis area, 70 years. And we have in the studios with us right now is Ms. Rochelle Calhoun, who is president of the Lynx Incorporated. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Many, many years ago, while working as a reporter here in the St. Louis area, several Lynx had come and approached me about several different things that they had been doing for the longest. I mean, great give back kinds of feel good things that they have done. What have the Lynx been doing here in the St. Louis area?
We do so many things. One of the purposes of our organization is we're founded on friendship and service. So our mission is to enrich the lives of people of African descent, and we do that through a variety of things. While I'm the president of the St. Louis chapter, there are 3 chapters here in St. Louis. There are 3 chapters. There is the Gateway chapter and the Archway chapter. They do projects individually, and we collaborate as well to expand our outreach in the community.
That's great. So is this sort of like a sorority? Because I knew at one time you had to be asked to come into the organization. Is it still that way?
It is. People like to say that it's similar to a sorority because it is a sisterhood. However, there are some differences. Really, we focus in Linkdom on friendship and service, and it was founded by 2 lovely women in Philadelphia who decided that they wanted to give back, and they wanted to ask their girlfriends to help them. And that grew to a few other people. When we first started, we were called clubs, and now we're chapters. And St. Louis was actually the first chapter west of the Mississippi. And we have had a lovely opportunity to work with the community and look at needs. We are constantly doing needs assessments and saying, how can we help?
And what kind of difference can you make in the community?
Exactly. And there are a lot of subtle things that people don't necessarily realize. One of the projects that we're doing in the St. Louis chapter that we're very proud of is our My Sister's Keeper program, which is a gateway to college. So we start with young people. We start with young women that some people would consider at risk. We consider them young ladies who just want a different perspective, and we work with them in learning how to problem solve, in giving them mentors, in exposing them to cultural things like the Black Rep, and learning how truly to say there's something bigger than my frustration in the classroom, or there's someone else who cares about me other than my mother or my grandmother or my church community. And we really give them those opportunities, and we work with those young ladies until we get them to college, and then we offer them scholarships to make sure that they make it through.
I'm so glad to see a young person like yourself continuing on with this legacy. Were you a legacy link, or
I am what we call an era link. So in Linkdom, there are link members, and then their children are considered era links, and their spouses are considered connecting links. And we utilize all of the links in a chain, because if you think about it, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So we want to make sure that all of our links are all strong.
That's beautiful, because I see the logo when I go on the website, which is beautiful. And that's a national website that takes you to all the local branches across the United States, which is just fantastic. I didn't know
internationally.
And I didn't realize, but it has an actual chain link that's around the world. And that connector, that it's so beautiful that that's continuing. I say that because with everything that's happening around us socially, with social media, how people are treating each other, i.e., We could look at some of the shows that are being programmed right now, and a lot of our young people, even adults, are looking at certain kinds of things that chip away at folks, is catty. How do you take such a historical kind of an organization to convince young people, for example, that it's okay to like someone who looks like you?
Really, it's giving people permission to be themselves. I mean, truly, if you think about the greatness that is in every individual, we focus on people of African descent, but that doesn't mean that by uplifting a young lady from African descent, she's not uplifting someone who may be of Asian descent or Hispanic descent or Scandinavian descent. We all have a responsibility to take a moment and give back to our community. Sometimes we like to say it's of people lesser than, but it's not. It's people who are in a different situation.
Exactly.
And we learn from each other. We work with female vets, and it's been really amazing and rewarding what we do, and humbling, because we talk to these young ladies and these women, and we thank them for their service, and we work with them to help them readjust into the community. And it's so humbling to hear them say, we don't consider ourselves vets.
Really?
And it gives you pause, because we may see someone and say, thank you for your service.
Exactly.
And we don't necessarily think about that for someone else. And so to be able to listen to someone talk about being in a war situation and what they got from it gives me something, gives my chapter members something. And we in turn give them something, and they in turn can go out to the community and give that to someone else. And that's really what the Lynx is all about, is reaching out and saying, there's a need, there's someone here who can help you, and by helping you, we're gonna get something out of it too.
Well, I have to say that while I was on my travels after I left St. Louis area for a little while for the career, I tell you, the Lynx kept me linked. I met through my mom and my aunt. They were in fact there for, I think, an AKA convention in a city where I lived for a little while, Dallas, Texas, and linked me with a Link who was also part of a sorority. But that lady kept me busy in Dallas with all kinds of great activities that they were involved in. What are some of the things that St. Louis area's Lynx are doing right now?
Oh my goodness, like I said, my Sister's Keeper program that we're doing, we also do a mentoring village where we work with young people and teach them math and increase their STEM skills. They're honoring our sheroes, working with veterans. We also have partnered with the Gateway chapter as well for our sheroes program. And we've also partnered with the Archway chapter and the Gateway chapter for menstrual dignity kits.
Really?
That
is something women they had not talked about, but you're actually taking that issue on.
Yes, we are, and we are sending kits. We have sent kits to Uganda. We still send kits to Uganda. There are actually young ladies who don't go to school while they're menstruating because
of the culture and the way people are treated in other cultures because
they don't have the supplies that they need in order to be able to cope.
Now,
we take that for granted.
We do. We really do.
We really do, because we can go to a drugstore and they don't have that luxury.
So now, what do the kits contain? What do you have in those kits?
So the primary thing that the kit contains is a panty that allows them to be able to wash and reuse. So they're designed specifically for menstruation. So young ladies will be able to clean themselves, stay sanitized, be able to go to school, be able to continue their education and further their lives, because a lot of the young ladies then end up getting behind in their schooling. When they get behind in their schooling, then their job prospects fall off, and then the life that they hope they're going to have takes a different turn.
What a great education. I
and
had
it's
no idea.
Something so simple.
Yeah, exactly.
To us that is not simple.
No, it's not.
To these young ladies in Uganda. As a national organization, we have worked in Jamaica in developing school systems. We have built reading rooms. We have built wells internationally. Really, the Lynx Incorporated has had a wonderful legacy of helping people throughout the world. We are 14,000 members strong internationally to be able to go and say there's a need, we can address it, we can fix it, we can make it better.
Do you have a convention every year like some of the other groups that are female every year, like a big convention, like a boule or?
We have a National Assembly that is every other year on even years. So we are getting ready for our National Assembly, which will be this summer in June in Indianapolis. And then every other year on odd years, we have an area conference. So next year, our area conference will be in Nashville.
And what kind of speakers do you have come to talk and get the women excited?
It is it's a variety. We have had a variety of speakers. Several years ago, we had one of our honorary Link members, Condoleezza Rice, was there.
Wow!
So she was able to actually
I love Condoleezza.
She's
awesome.
amazing woman.
Yes.
We've just inducted a new honorary member, Senator Kamala Harris.
Yes.
So she will.
A lady who's on fire.
Yes. That she will be able to inspire us. Yes, CeCe Winans will be a musical guest during the during the National Assembly. There's so many women that are mighty, that are strong. Lynx encourages women of leadership roles across their industries to then join as sisters and friends and do service.
Well, no, I have to tell you, the Lynx have, like I said, the organization took care of me when it came to being alone in a place, a city, not knowing anybody, to all of a sudden having these really great friends and possibilities and links to other things to do. And it's so important to have that kind of connection as you go. I didn't pledge in a sorority. So, and my mom would always say, you needed to pledge, you needed to pledge. I said, Mom, I don't have time to do it. And at the time I didn't. But in really getting an opportunity to work with and see the Lynx in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, oh my goodness, they do some things down there that just are phenomenal. They put on an event down there every year, it's called the Knockout Affair. Unbelievable. They do 5 cards, fights, and they get these major guests to come in, and I believe Erykah Badu, who is from Dallas, Texas, comes in, and she's done something, and Jamie Foxx. So they've done some really cool things, and this is all surrounded around a fundraiser for some of the kids in the area down in Grand Prairie, I know, to raise books for them and continue to do the right things for them. So I'm so glad. You have any big things that are coming up pretty soon that you want to let everybody know out here in the audience? Well,
our biggest thing is this Sunday we're going to be celebrating our 70th anniversary. We'll be at the Urban League, which is one of our great partners.
Yes.
We'll be there from 2 until 4. From 2 until 3 is open to the public. We are going to be honoring several partners that we have worked with throughout the years. And we'll also be boxing up 100 shoes that we're going to be sending to Haiti.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I want to thank you so much, and please come back on the show and maybe bring some of the young ladies that you all mentor the next time.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate you coming on our show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this great segment on the Lynx. I hope you just check them out. Go to their website. We have it right there on the full screen. I'm Robin Boyce, and we'll be right back with information on the workforce here in St. Louis.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome, innovators, dreamers, pioneers of the 21st century. We've been expecting you. to come discover your dreams and make your ideas take flight. Just like so many explorers that came before you. Welcome to the hub of opportunity. Welcome to St. Louis. Always exploring.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hi, I'm Robin Boyce, the City Corner, and back in the studios with me right now is someone that I have admired for many, many years as a politician and now as an entrepreneur who's doing the right thing in the community. Miss Yafet Alameen, who is Executive Director of Mokan. How you doing?
I'm great.
It's so good to see you.
Thank you. It's been too
I
long.
would just ask you off the top. Is there any possibility you gonna run for office ever again? Is there a possibility?
Not
We could
anytime
never say no.
in the near future. I still got some little ones that need to get through college.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
And it's all about the kids.
Yes.
It's all about taking care and making sure that the family is all right before you do that. That was a big
Yes.
deal with my dad.
Yeah.
When I was interested in running for office, he said, you got to take care of those kids. You
That's
don't
a
need to be
lot.
flying up and down, blah, blah, blah,
Remember,
blah,
I was
blah.
back and forth Jefferson
You
City
were.
when they were little.
That's right. Now, you were state rep?
Yes, state
And
representative.
you were running for the
I ran
senatorial?
for Senate,
Right.
unsuccessful Senate run
Right.
in 2006.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Well, we got to
Best
get you
thing
back.
that ever happened to me. though.
But see, you were great as the
Thank
state
you.
rep, and you did a lot of good things. But what I'm loving and what you've been able to do since leaving the political thing just for a little bit, you took on Mokan. Tell us about Mokan.
Yes. So when I say the best thing that ever happened to me,
Yes.
they gave me an opportunity to come back home and really take that same passion in serving the community and putting it more directly right here in our local
Yes.
community. So after I ran for Senate in 2006, I then left the legislature and came to manage up M&WBE program at the Pinnacle, which is now the Lumiere. So I managed up all of the
yes.
minority and women business participation for the Lumiere back in '08. And then left there and went to work for Kwame Building Group doing the same thing out at the airport experience. So as we upgraded our local airport, I worked directly in ensuring that minority businesses, female businesses participated, particularly on those projects that had public subsidies in it.
Sure.
And then left Kwame and became the executive director at Mokan. So I'm almost 10 years this year.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Now tell me about Mokan. What does that organization
So
do?
Mokan is a non-for-profit organization that was founded in 1974, which is actually acronyms for Missouri and Kansas. So we are actually St. Louis Mokan Construction Contractors Assistance Center. So we work directly with minority and female construction companies. We also expanded to do direct workforce development training, trying to get more people of color into the construction trades. So we've been doing this type of advocacy. We worked with public sector, private sector
Yes.
entities to try to get everybody on the diversity bandwagon and to do it in more than just a name, to do
Yes.
it in a way that shows actual tangible dollars going to minority and female businesses, as well as those boots on the ground. And those are those people who are actually building those projects. We want to see more diversity within the construction sector. So we are doing a direct pre-apprenticeship training program, trying to get more people of color into the construction unions and apprenticeships.
And so you all have taken on a workforce development program that
Yes.
actually trains young people to
Yes.
become carpenters, plumbers. Tell us about that a little bit. We've got
So,
some photographs that you all
yes.
sent us that we can see.
Thank you. So we actually graduated class 10 on March 30th. So we have, for the last 3 years since 2015, been directly involved in training and placing these people into the construction
Actually
industry.
getting folks jobs. It's not about just getting that training and then you got your little certificate. You actually, young people are actually getting jobs.
That has to be it. Construction is probably a sector that is most unrecognized for economic parity. You can have a high school diploma or a high set, which is what we know as the general education degree, and start off anywhere between $40,000 and $60,000 a year.
Yes.
The average construction worker makes $26.22 an hour, and that's not including their pension as well as their medical benefits. So we want to get more people in our communities who qualify for this construction opportunities in them. So when the construction trades said to us that the reason why they are not having high levels of diversity is that they can't find qualified people of color. They also said that we've had issues passing the drug test, math aptitudes, and just what we consider to be solid work ethics. And we said, so if we find these people for you, if we help develop these type of people for you, would you hire them? And they said yes. So instead of waiting for other people to do it, we jumped in, 2 feet in, and saying, hey, we are here and we're going to help train people in our community. So we are pre-apprenticeship. So in essence, we get them prepared for apprenticeship. Some of what they said is factual. We drug train, we drug test every class before they start, and we average about 50% of our students come in positive for some type of substance. And right now we know mostly that's marijuana, because we're going to a more legalized system when it comes to marijuana in the United States. However, if you want to be a construction worker,
you have to be clean.
You got to be clean.
Now, I met Kabir Muhammad, who is your workforce development administrator at a Better Family Life neighborhood meeting. And that's why I had to come on the program, because I found it so interesting what he was talking about to the neighborhood groups. The fact that, with reference to the drug testing, he said, well, if you're on drugs, you know, we'll get you off.
That's right.
And they'll actually, I like what you all have done is taken a holistic approach to helping the community out. You're not just saying, oh, we're going to train you, you can keep doing what you're doing, blah, 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 blah. But if you are, we have some help for you to go. And it's not like you have to pay for all of that. We'll take care of you. And in some cases, folks are paying folks to get clean.
And this is about not approaching it from a Band-Aid perspective. So we know that a lot of people in our community are trying to kind of tap out. They are tired, they feel hopeless, they feel helpless. And so we address that. Our program is an 8-week program, and the first 3 weeks we deal specifically with the mindset. Before you even touch a hammer, before you touch a nail, we have to figure out who you are and what you feel you need to contribute and what you can contribute and why you feel that you cannot. So we do 3 weeks of intensified mental preparedness and helping them understand who they are as an individual leader, as a team leader, and working with a group. And then we go from there to get them OSHA safety trained. So we get an OSHA 10 certification, hazardous waste 40, that's called a HAZWOPER. So any environmental remediation opportunities, they are certified in that. We do a first aid and CPR certification, blueprint and specifications. They do 2 days of physical fitness. So my personal trainer, I'm gonna give a shout out to BKM Fitness. Mr. Bryant Mitchell is their personal trainer. So we try to deal with the holistic perspective of who they really are. And then before we graduate them, we test them again. And we will only graduate you with a negative test result. And we put them in before potential employers, and we do a construction career fair. So our last class, we graduated 15 people. 10 of them are working already, and that was March 30th.
And they're working in the construction field,
letters
learning
of intent.
are they journeymen? Is that what they're
called? They would start off as apprentices. So we have several that started off, got their letters of intent, and now they're into the Carpenters Union. We have some others who got their letters of intent for laborers unions. And so we just want to recognize those companies that came forward and said we are looking for good people and open their doors to us and our graduates. And a lot of them are ex-offenders.
See, and that the point being, folks need an opportunity.
They do.
A period opportunity. With reference to the unions, I want to ask you, that has been a difficult period there, a lot for people of color to even break some of the unions here in St. Louis. And not so much even not only the construction, but in my field as well.
All
and
industries.
just kind of breaking in there and being able to get an opportunity to be a member so that you can get some jobs,
Yes.
et cetera, et cetera. Has that gotten better, or what's going
Staggering
on?
statistics, Robin. Over the last 30 years in construction, we have only gone from 7% minority, so that's African American, Asian, Pacific Islander, Native American,
Okay.
to 8%. So we've only grown 1%
So we're still
in the
lagging.
last 30 years.
Wow.
The benefit of where we are now is that we have so much construction work going on.
Yeah.
We don't have enough workers to do the work.
Right.
And so the smart thing for our community is to not bust people in to do our work, because when we do that, we give almost 80 cents back on every dollar goes back to their communities. So the smart thing to do is now to invest in our local community, and the unions and the industry can no longer say that you can't come in because of color. This is about trying to get as many people qualified as possible, because we need a ready, willing, and able, and a trained workforce.
Now you have quickly, and we've got about 2 minutes left, and I could just talk to you for an hour.
Yes, I know.
You have your own company, and in the name of it again, I don't want
Efficacy, Consulting and Development.
You are developing communities.
Yes.
And I mean, tell us, you've got one that you're about to finish off in just a bit.
Yes. So I got an opportunity in 2014 to partner with Missouri Housing Development Commission to create affordable housing. So finished up a first development, Village at Delmar Place, which is located in the 26th Ward
Yes.
with Alderman Frank Williamson.
Yes.
And now we're moving on to Finney Place development, which is a 40 single-family homes, 3 and 4 bedrooms, affordable homes in the 18th Ward with Alderman Kennedy,
Excellent.
half a block away from Rankin on Finney, CD Banks and Cook.
Over there in that area.
Yes.
Oh, now that's fabulous.
And I have to say, Rankin stepped up, and they will commit scholarships for any of the residents, full scholarships for technical degrees, because we can't just say it's about housing. We got to get you educated to get you out of low income.
And I have to say, and I've said that constantly over and over again, especially coming back to this community and as a leader, and saying, look, the programs are here.
Yes.
The opportunity is here.
Yes.
All we have to do is just get it,
Yes.
take it, and
Connect
do
it.
it.
Yes.
And it's like there's no excuse anymore.
Yes.
Would you say that?
Yes.
That there's no excuse anymore?
I'm saying the excuse is not there, but we still need to connect people with the information. And we still have to allow
Okay.
for people to see that they can do it, because oftentimes they still have not seen those role models directly in our community. And that's the beauty about Mokan. We can put them back in front of Black contractors who are in their community, who graduated from Bashan, Sodan,
Yes.
Beaumont, and see themselves in those same people.
I want to thank you so much.
Thank you
Safet,
so
for
much
coming
for
on.
having
This was
me.
absolutely excellent. I have to have you back on.
We'd
so
love
we can
to bring
talk
some of
about,
our graduates.
I would love to have them on
Yes.
to come in the studio and talk about their experiences and
Yes.
what they're doing right now. Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much. I really appreciate you so
Appreciate
much. Thank you for tuning in to City Corner. We're going to have some more great information coming up for you on the next episode. See you next time. I'm Robin Boyce. Have a great day.